Okay, yes. So it's the first time the Pro Cup. How was it for you guys, the experience to be out there?
I love it. I love to compete.
Yes.
You know, when your career ends, you don't really you do that your whole life, and then your career comes to an end. So for me, golf has been a big part of keeping my sanity, I guess. You know, allowing myself to compete, play against other guys. Whether I win or lose, I really don't care. But it's just that fire inside.
He wants to.
But the point is, that fire inside, you want to just compete. And to do that today, especially with him, man, it was a lot of fun.
Yes, and talk about that, the fact that this is a more of a competitive type of golf event versus like a charity event that you guys might support or show up.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is a team event. And, you know, you get your little huddles. We had a great dinner last night, and all four captains get up, and all four are talking noise, and it's like rah, rah, rah. And you look at what the Ryder Cup in real life has done, and you look at all those guys, the Europeans, the U.S. team, and you see, you know, how exciting it is. And for us, this is a start. And I tell you what, it's exciting, but it's a lot of fun, a lot of challenge out there, and this could be a tough course. So
but this is also nice for us because that format takes the scramble today, shamble tomorrow. It takes a lot of that pressure off.
Right.
You know, so I was very chill going into today, and you have a partner, like you pick each other up, you know, things like that. So it just makes it that much more relaxing and that much more fun, to be honest with you.
Especially when you hit good shots like he did. So, he came out the back nine, it was like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, hey, I'm just here for the fun. Yeah.
Was it a little unfair, the fact that John Smoltz's background with playing with golf with Tiger Woods, that baseball seemed like it was going to be the favorite in this event?
No. Hey, I tell you what, hockey players, I mean, they sit there and they have probably the most power because that's their slot.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
Yeah,
that action.
Yeah, you got some football players that are very good golfers. So no, you can't take anything for granted because all these guys are athletes, and it's going to be a dogfight.
Yes, and I got to get each one of your thoughts on that mega contract for Juan Soto.
Someone said to me, they said one word, and I said insane. Listen, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's great.
But the money's out there.
Yeah, but I guess I look at it and I'm like, you know, if I'm in charge of that team, man, it's like I'd almost take 3 or 4 guys at $200 apiece, and one guy at 800 or 750, whatever.
756,
You know, and it's just I'm just not sure. I listen, nothing against Soto, but he's not that guy who's going to make you all of a sudden a World Series winner. So that's the reality. You need a whole lot more than one guy. So
to me, baseball is the only sport where you're on offense and you don't have the ball. So things can be dictated. And what he said is true. When you've got 3 or 4 guys filling those roles, now your pitchers really can't pitch around 3 or 4 guys, but you can pitch around one guy. You know, unless he's a Ricky Henderson where he gets on base and steals 3 bases and he's always home. But no, and you know, this contract he signed, more power to him. But I played 16 years. My 16 years, in 1 year, he makes more than I did in 16 years.
Okay.
So that gives you a scenario as to what it is, but more power to him, and hey, wish him the best.
And with baseball, lots of times, you know, the World Series winner isn't always the best team, it's the hottest team. Just get there, find a way to get there, and you see what happens.
Exactly. And speaking of World Series, I got to get your thoughts on that moment, hitting that home run.
Which one was that?
Wait, what are you talking about?
It was okay. You know, Alan, it's about being in the moment. It's about wanting to be in the moment. And I was more nervous sitting on the bench watching the other guys hit.
Wow.
And for me, I'm more comfortable. I know my lane. I know my zone. I'm the RBI guy. And once I got to the plate, it was like, whew, okay, let's go. Yeah, it's relaxing. And so being in that situation, you know, you rehearse. I had to rehearse it 9 million times. Be up there thinking about that. It's just a matter of going out there, believing in yourself, putting the best foot forward, and the best man win. It just so happens at that time, I won. He threw me a fastball down and in. It was a pitching wedge, 135 yards, right there, and I stuck it. And, 31 years later, I'm still milking that home run.
You know what? That's something that people can just aspire to. You can be at one moment, one time, and then it makes your whole life. And is that the same with golf for you guys? Like, is it easier to watch, or is it more nerve-wracking to be up on the ball, or is it more nerve-wracking to watch other people?
It's different with golf because it's not what we grew up doing.
Yeah.
Like we played baseball our whole lives. So when you're on the baseball field, you're comfortable.
Yeah.
When we're on the golf course, you're not exactly comfortable. I'm getting better at that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel good about myself, but you're still
Yeah.
It's different. You know, you grow up your whole childhood playing golf. PGA Tour player, a lot of those guys I'm friends with, it's different.
Yeah.
It's totally different. We're still uncomfortable in these situations, but, you know, they're similar.
Yeah.
They're similar, so you know how to, okay, let's slow it down. Let's here, what are we trying to do here? You know, you try to simplify things like that, and I think him and I did a good job of it today.
You did. And give a shout out to your charity foundation so people know how to follow you and tap into that.
Well, I have my own foundation, the Jim and Dinah Carter Foundation in the States, and then I have a golf tournament in Toronto for 16 years.
Yes.
It benefits the Children's Aid Foundation, which we raised over $6.5 million.
Yeah.
So it's something that I truly believe in and giving back, because I think too much is given, much is expected. And if we can go out there and make a lot of money and help a lot of people, give them hope, I'm all for it, especially chasing a white little ball around. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I don't really. My wife and I don't have one. There's Phoenix Children's. There's a few different ones in the Phoenix area. We live in Scottsdale that we support and things like that.
Okay, awesome. Continued success out here.
All right.
You guys
Thank
enjoy
you.
the rest of the event. Thank you. Thank you for your time.